If you are a dentist, or maybe you are a social worker, a pharmacist, a physiotherapist, dentist, and all of that, you can move to Australia on a work visa through this healthcare agency in Queensland in Australia. Now, the good news above it all is it comes with full relocation support, which means that you can move with your family and all your belongings. So the the agency will take care of everything for you. All you just need to do is what? Be qualified, show that you have good experience, and be registered in Australia healthcare professionals like partitions. But meanwhile, I'll be sharing my screen with you guys. All right, so I will share my screen. We'll look at one, the agency, the link on how to apply for you to be qualified before you can apply for these jobs. Remember, you need to be what? Qualified as a healthcare practitioner in Australia before you can actually what? Apply for these jobs. The job has different categories, which we'll be looking into on how to apply. So the process is pretty simple. I've actually looked at it and I've actually spoken to one of few people who have actually are on the process of the applications and trying to get everything ready. Please, the gateway to getting this particular relocation support is one, your CV, your cover letter, your experience. Because once you apply, you'll be put in kind of like a pool, because remember, it's not only you that's applying, not only you is seeing these informations, there's thousands of people from all over the world who are actually what? Seeking for the same opportunity. And they're gonna what? Still apply. All right. So your CV, your experience, your cover letter matters a lot. Once you actually apply, you guys will be more like in a pool. So the selection process will be going on, the interview process. So whoever qualifies, they will go in with a full relocation support. If you don't know, Australia has different type of visa categories when it comes to moving there on work visas. So, for example, if you visit the immigration workers of Australia, you will see different kind of visa categories that people can actually apply to. So this kind of like shows you that this is possible. All you just need to do is put in your effort. Some of you guys that are nurses, midwives, healthcare practitioners, for example, dentists, therapists, and all of that. This is an opportunity for you to give it a shot. It's not going to cost you anything, just your dedication, your time, and just for you to put in that energy to go through with it. I know someone who moved to UK as an accountant through the same process. Applied for a job, got into the interview, passed. He proved beyond doubt that he's good for the job, he's man for the job. So the company sponsored him and his family to UK. So this is also another opportunity for you to actually use to move to Australia. So without saying much, let me flip my screen. Let's look at this website, look at how to apply, look at the requirements and look at the jobs that are available and also the link to register as a healthcare practitioner in Australia. All right. So I'll see you on the other side, guys. Welcome to my screen, guys. Welcome real quick. So let me get started. So the name of this agency is Queensland Healthcare. Let me make this in full screen so we can see clearly what's actually going on here. So this is it. Queensland Healthcare. All right. So once you search it on Google, you're going to see this. So once it opens up, you click on it. Opens up. So Queensland, if you don't know about Queensland is actually, let me show you guys so you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Queensland, Australia. So you actually it's a state in Australia, all right? So that's pretty much it. So where the location is pretty good. And also what a nice city you want to check out as well. All right, so this is the website. Once you get here, you might tend to try to read through what they are into, what they are all about, how they have helped people as well. But if you want to get cracking, want to get up to the place, you can come into careers, job search, how to search and everything. But for this particular purpose now, which I'm talking about, which is the relocation support, if you try coming here, you might end up not getting it. But to make it easier, I just come to this search bar and search for relocation support. So it's very, very pretty easy if you do this with relocation support. All right. Then you search for it. You see it will just ASAP come up here to give this relocation support. All right. You can see the last time it was updated was on this February this year. So it's still up and doing. Say if you're moving to Queensland from another state or territory or from overseas, you may be what you may be able to need our location what help with our location cost. All right, so now helping one moving cost. For example, you can take time to read through all these things. If you are moving to start a new job with Queensland Health, ask if we can help you with moving cost. It depends on where your job is and your role. We're able to help you with flight and accommodation transfers for you and your what family, which means you can move with family pretty much in this case. Millage allowance, all right, so there's allowance included. Overnight or temporary accommodation, they must what give you accommodation for you to what find your feet before you can actually move maybe to a more bigger state. They can also relocate you to your personal belongings. For example, if you already live in Australia, maybe in a different city, they can move as well. Maybe if you're from another country, it's still possible. All this depends if you scale through, if you finally get that job. Visa application and administrative cost, all right? So this covers with your visa and all of that. All you just need to do is put them that beyond that you are good, like you are real good. And the initial registration cost, so they will cover all these things. Now, some hospitals and health services will reimburse you for your costs, and others may pay directly for expenses such as what flight, which is pretty nice. All right. Now, who can apply? Anyone joining Queensland Health can apply for location costs, including nurses and midwives, GPs and doctors, dentists, aligned healthcare professionals, so that's radiographers, occupational therapists, Queensland Health Banded scholarship holders, and staff working in administration or IT and finance. How can you apply? We'll talk to you about location expenses during the recruitment process. If we are able to help, we include the details in your offer of what employment letter. You must give your employer all the receipts of reimbursement within 12 months of starting your job. All right. Now, how do you actually what apply? You can come here to read the application process, which is pretty much what we're actually saying. All right. So let's wait for it to load up. That's pretty much the job search, the salary, and all that you need to know. But in this case, now if you want to just apply, you can come to here and they say international healthcare applicant. You can take time to read what is here, say join Queensland for career purpose, excellent benefit and professional development, visa and migrating to Queensland, getting your visa qualified and recognized, education support, and all of that. But meanwhile, this is not what we're actually looking at. Where we want to look at here is where they say the applying now part, which is very, very important. Now, remember what I talked about earlier. Before you apply to this job, you must make sure that you are a recognized healthcare practitioner in Queensland. It's very, very, very important, guys. You must make sure that what you are a recognized healthcare practitioner in Queensland. Now, how do you actually become a recognized healthcare practitioner? There's a website called this AHPRA and National Board. This is regulating Australia's what healthcare practitioners. All right. You can as well, let me go to Google and search it so that maybe if you're trying to look it up, AHPRA registration here. Can go to Google here, you can come here, all right? Australia Healthcare Practitioner Registration Agency. This is where you go to register as a healthcare professional. It's loading up, just wait for it. It takes a little bit of time for you to actually apply to these jobs you are seeing here. See all these jobs you are seeing here now that I showed you guys. Sorry, let me close some of these tabs. It's a bit confusing. It's all these jobs that you see here when you come to apply now. All these jobs that you're going to be seeing here. For you to apply to all these jobs that you are seeing here, for example, aligned health, dental, medical health, nursing and midwifery, you need to be registered with this agency. Now, the kind of made it pretty simple on how to apply. You can see if you're already registered, you can renew, apply as a graduate, or information for international healthcare practitioners. You can come here to see what it takes. But meanwhile, will also leave the links of this for you guys, all right? To go through everything. You can see the process. Do I need to register for the registration and all of that as an international person? Maybe you are from Nigeria or wherever you are from. This is very, very important to you. Do you want to work in Australia as a healthcare practitioner? You need to be registered here. All right. So you guys that are into health and all of that, you know what is required from you, the certificate you had, the code and all of that. So follow up, please. All right. check your assessment, checklist, starting your application, and everything you need is all here for you. All right. Now, back to the video where I was showing this. Now, let's say, for example, you want to look at applied health. What is applied health? You open it on a new tab. You wait for it to load, which is very, very important. Now, once it loads up, you see the description, permanent and temporary. The position is flexible, non-standard hours, health. This is the code HP3, HP4, HP5. Now the workplace locations is all these places. All right. Now this is the job ad qualification, the closing date, when the job will close. Your salary in a year is this. From this to this. The job duration is not listed. The contact person is candidate healthcare team. Now the roles available will be widespread around 16 hospital and healthcare, which include all these places. These are all hospitals in Australia. All right. So you can take time to read what is needed from you and all that you need from you. All right. You can see they need a minimum 12 years medicine lower. All right. It's kind of like, just give me a moment. Right, to zoomed out. Yeah. All right. So minimum 12 years experience in your clinical area. Your qualification can be this, your vaccination, Australian working rights. All right. So you need all this. You see this now is needed here now. You need to have this. Very, very important for you to be considered. All right. Remember what I talked about earlier. You must be registered as well as a healthcare professional. All right. It's very, very important. Remember we talked about this AHPRA, which is this website here, which is what the International Healthcare Practitioners. You must be registered in it before you can even be considered. Very, very important. Now, let's say, okay, you don't want to look at the aligned health. You want to look at, for example, the dental. Maybe you're a dentist. The same thing applies to you, but just at different rules. All right. Can see temporary, the same thing, the code, the year. This is August. The hospital that they will needing you. You see, they need this same thing again. This same website I showed you guys, AHPRA. You need it. The Australian Healthcare Professional Regulations is very, very important. You need it, guys. You can see what is needed from you as well. And the next other one again we'll have is medical nursing. Okay, let's say for people who are into nursing, let's see the requirement. But the key thing there is you must be a registered healthcare practitioner. The process is not difficult, guys. So you see the minimum 12 years, the requirements and all of that is all that you need. The salary is all here. The closing date is all here for you to see, guys. So that's it pretty much. I don't need to start going back and start showing each of you like all these things to you guys. So the process is pretty explanatory. So it's all there. Remember what I talked about? Come here, you search for relocation support, you see the jobs, open the jobs, look at what the requirement. In all these things that is listed here, if you're reading a nurse over 12 months, which is 1 year, you are good. And you have qualification in nursing, you are okay, or midwife. And the ability to provide vaccination evidence, you are fine. I believe wherever you are, you can get it. Australian working right is when you get a visa. Now, the main thing you should be focusing now is this one, this number 2. That's what you should be focusing on. That's why first of all, I went to this website. I talked about this International Healthcare Practitioner. This is where you should be focusing on. This place, go. That is where you should be focusing on. If you can tackle this one, you see all the rest. All this one here, you have